Plaintiff Corinne Collins dated the defendant, and she was so in love with him that they even got matching tattoos. Corinne claims the ink from the tattoo wasn't even dry when the defendant disappeared for 2 days, and then he became physically abusive. Corinne's suing her ex-boyfriend for the cost of a van. Defendant Mosette Price says he started dating Corinne after he was released from jail, but he soon discovered that she was bisexual, and she ended up giving him a sexually transmitted disease. Mosette says Corinne also threw bleach on his clothes, so he's countersuing for the damaged clothing and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Okay, I met Mr. Price December of 2008. We went out January 15, 2009. That was our first date. It was a day that changed my life. I met him, everything just clicked. We were inseparable from that day on. I thought,
How so?
this was somebody, he didn't leave my house.
Oh.
He was there.
Is it because of the love, or he just didn't have a place to stay?
He had somewhere to stay.
Oh, okay.
We just got that close that fast.
All right.
Okay, there was a little drama in the beginning with his ex-girlfriend because when we got together, he broke it off with her, so he says. And she was doing stuff, calling the police to my house, calling my job.
Saying what?
Saying just bogusly that
Okay.
we're
Making
calling
false
the police.
police?
Yeah, basically just trying to have the police come to my house for no reason. Calling my job, telling me, I don't know if it's true or not, that he was going back and forth seeing her. I still don't know, probably was. But that's what was going on. I accepted it.
Did you ever ask him to speak to her about it?
I did.
Did
he? I think he must have spoke to her.
What do you think? You should have asked him. This woman calling you, setting you up to go to jail. I would have said,
when he was in front of me, he would talk to her.
Your ex.
He would talk to her when he was in front of me. Stop calling me. Leave me alone. So I took that.
Nobody on that other line. What do you went for that other? You went for the oldest game in the world. Wasn't nobody on the other line
probably
when
not,
he did
probably
that?
not, yeah.
You know that, man. Because she kept
that's what I'm saying.
She kept
That's what I'm
calling, didn't
believing.
she?
Yeah, she did.
Right.
I ended up having to get my number changed, basically.
That's just like
from
somebody
there,
calling you. You're there with your woman or whatever. Is the woman there with her man? Hello? Hello, I can't understand you. All right, well, I'm in a bad area. There you go. That ever happened to you? Something going on?
Okay,
Particularly if it wasn't in a bad area before that.
No, it wasn't. It was okay before that.
Go ahead.
My feelings were so deep at that point. I was like, okay, we'll just deal with this. Okay, so shortly thereafter, he proposes to me. Wants to get married.
Now, what month is this?
January.
Of 2009.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He proposes to me. And I was like, man, that's forever. we having forever type feelings. Mm-hmm. But I was like, maybe we should hold off on the marriage thing. If we're still together a year from now, then yeah, we can get married. But we decided that we were going to go get matching tattoos. Okay, so.
You get matching tattoos?
We get matching tattoos.
Where? I don't want to know where.
On my arm.
Your arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ink isn't even dried yet before he pulls a disappearing act. He just came up missing. I didn't know where he was. I'm calling everywhere.
How long?
For 2 days.
Plaintiff Corinne Collins is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Corinne gave him a sexually transmitted disease and threw bleach on his clothes.
You thought it was a woman?
Phone. I didn't know what to expect. I was getting calls from his cell phone.
That's called a crack binge.
Yeah. So I'm getting calls from his phone.
Melissa, that's called a white girl being snow bunny. Yeah.
You said it's called a frosty binge.
Snow bunny, yeah. Down the slopes.
Well, at least he admitted it now.
Hey, why you had to distinguish the woman's race anyhow? What did that have to do with anything?
As I told her when I first met her,
I ran off with a white woman.
I told her I didn't like black women at first when I first met her. She the one had.
You told her what?
I told her I didn't like black women when I met her. I didn't like dating them too much.
What color does? What difference does it make?
They crazy. They crazy. Just like she is.
Now you're gonna generalize what all women are like.
Most of them,
black women are crazy. What are white women?
You get along better with them, sir. Better, in my case.
I don't know about that.
Right.
Crazy.
You the only one sound crazy today, sir.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
the story he came back telling me was that somebody stole his car, stole his keys, and stole his phone. He was walking around town for 2 days looking for it. Okay, that didn't fly with me. So the next story he tells me is he has full-blown AIDS, and he didn't know how to tell me.
Your Honor.
So I'm asking him all type of questions,
That is
when did you find
Let
out?
me go to him.
Hold on. Can I
Give me some background from your perspective.
Let me start at the beginning. I got out of prison in 2008 from doing 4 years. You know, I used to gangbang and do, dangerous stuff. But when I got out of prison, I met her. First person that I was with, since getting out of prison. She gave me herpes. I had a reports where I was in prison, didn't have anything when I got out, and found her, and I have about her, diaries about, because she's bisexual. Well, she bleached my clothes. She cut me on occasions, and she said trying to defame my character. My family knew where I was at, trying to get away from her because she's crazy, Your Honor.
All this happened before or after you told her you ran off with a white woman?
Before or after?
Yes.
All this happened, I would say, started happening after because she got mad, yeah. So I asked her to marry me, you know what I'm saying? And then this last incident happened where she, when she threw me out again, and I said, okay, and I had gave her the money for what she get into the van, and and I told her, since she said she's pregnant with my baby, I said, I'm gonna let you keep the van, so she emails.
That's what she's suing you about, this car. Let's talk about that.
I don't have a license, so I decided that when I got my taxes this year, I wanted to get a vehicle, but I needed somebody to be able to operate it that had a license. So what I did is have him sign a promissory note saying that this was my vehicle that I paid for. He had no rights to, which I have here. So he ended up,
please.
Okay.
He what?
So when I purchased the car, got the repairs done and everything, he came up, did another disappearing act with my car.
Did you ever receive it back?
No, because the car shot up.
That
That's
was
what
his
he told
excuse
me.
for not giving it back.
Yes.
All right, sir, you tell me about the car.
About the car?
Yes.
Sir, like I said, it was my car. That's why I haven't gave it back to her. She emailed me and told me that the child wasn't mine. So I said, you're not going to keep the car. That's the only reason I was letting her keep the car. So, I mean, that was...
Why did you sign this document, sir, saying you have no ownership in the vehicle?
I did not sign that document, sir.
Oh, okay. You have your driver's license today?
Yes, I do.
Let me compare signatures, if you don't mind.
All my legal documents was over her house. She could have traced that as far as I know.
Okay.
Sir.
It's up to me to determine what I believe, and I believe she signed it. I see you have a
I have a tape about her threatening to send me back to prison, that she used to call 30, 40 times a day, threatening me and harassing me, and my father.
And what part of your claim is that? That's
emotional and stressful. I got evidence, just like with the paper about her giving me a disease. I got out of prison clean, and then I got her pill bottles.
Let's see
with her
those
having. Here, could you put this up here with her? And I have about her character that she's a lesbian, about diary quotes about her talking about using hot sauce bottles and
what's to do with a hot sauce?
She the one got me with this for life with disease.
Whatever
she the one got you in the hot sauce bottle.
Got me with disease for life. I'm saying she gave this to me, and the emotional stress I have to pay for every bill for those pills and stuff I had to get from her, sir.
Plaintiff Corinne Collins is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Corinne gave him a sexually transmitted disease and threw bleach on his clothes.
They only tested for HIV, which is regularly transmitted in prisons. They tested for hepatitis B, which is regularly transmitted in prisons. So I'm inclined to believe they tested for the things that are regularly transmitted in prison. So I'm not convinced that you did not have herpes, because I'm not convinced you were tested for herpes upon release from prison. You may have it now, but I'm not convinced that she gave it to you. Not convinced, sir.
Okay, what about, the clothes, sir? The clothes that she bleached. What about my clothes, sir? Threw them outside because I came to the house late one night, and it was maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. She got my clothes sitting outside, being on with bleach and stuff in it. Then I go in the house, I say, man, let me get my other clothes. So she trying to fight and stuff. I go get my other clothes, and right when the police come, she poured more bleach on it, and I'm like,
ma'am,
on the rest of my
did you do
clothes.
this?
Yes, sir.
Why?
A lot of the clothes that he has, I bought.
So you had the right to bleach them.
Right.
No, that's a lie,
You're not gonna be
Your Honor.
walking around here in
I
clothes
brought those
bought,
clothes when I got out of
and
prison.
you outside with
That's a lie,
Melissa,
Your Honor.
like he's saying.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
No,
Your Honor,
not
that's a
finna
lie.
happen.
I met her as soon as I got out of prison. I got out of prison with over $10,000. I brought those clothes with my own money, Your Honor. All those clothes, my Sean John leather coat, she bleached my stuff, Your Honor.
Engagement ring. How does she owe you for that?
How she owed me for that? Because I brought that thinking that we was going to get married, and then she said
I paid for that.
Then she said that we weren't gonna get. Then she said we weren't gonna get married, man.
She has something to show me alleging that she paid for it.
She's pretty stupid to pay for her own ring. I mean,
I was stupid, very
No,
stupid.
she's pretty in love, that's all. And people do that.
And love to slice me and bleach my clothes too, huh?
Well, when you run off.
Oh.
She has evidence that she put down a down payment of $90. Do you have perhaps a receipt or
Receipt with my name on it right here.
to the jeweler?
Yes, sir.
How much? $90?
Well, boy, I put down. She didn't. I did that. She didn't put down.
We put it in your name to make you feel like a man,
Good enough.
because you
come on.
wanted to have it in your name. But I paid out my credit card for that. Don't play.
$90. Give me an estimate of your clothes.
Okay, the estimate of my clothes, I was about $3,000, and I have the audio tape. Can I play the audio tape so
Yeah,
they can see how
sure.
crazy she is? Here's the audio tape.
If you have any hopes of being in your child's life or being in the free world, I suggest that you call me and talk to me. Otherwise, you're going to be forced to go to the authorities and report the things that you threaten to do and take them seriously.
Okay, so she's saying she's threatening to go to police about what you threatened to do to her or something.
Right. He
That's what I
threatened to
heard.
kill me on several occasions. I have police reports of him threatening to kill me. My neighbors had to call 911 because I'm screaming for my life.
And that's your emotional distress
Yes.
claim? Did he put his hands on you?
Yes, he did.
All right. I'm going to grant you $2,000 for your clothing and $90 for the ring. I'll grant you your entire amount, $4,544 for the car, the auto repairs, and the emotional distress as a result of the physical assaults against you. Judgment for plaintiff in the net amount.
$2,450.
That's what you walk away with. Have a good day.
Thank you. He's made threats against my life, so I really don't even have anything to say to him at this point.
I don't even know if it's my baby, so.
There you go.
DNA test I have to prove.
Even
If
better.
it's my baby, I support it, but it's DNA test I have to prove it's mine, so.
I want him out of my life. So if that's what it means, then hey, I'm sorry to have to say, my child might suffer not having her father, but she might suffer a little bit more having somebody irresponsible and dangerous in her life. So I'm okay with that.